Hello, and thank you for joining me for Scots United, where I and my team of Scots, who are also me, bring you the latest in television, movies, and pop culture. Now, this is our New Year's episode, and we are focusing pretty much on television, on our top 10 TV picks of the year. But how are we going to do that? I mean, we have so many favorite shows and so many different genres. I mean, reality competition, animated, comedy, drama. Are we just lumping them all together? It's like the Oscars. Let's not even go into the Oscars' struggle for relevance and the whole everything lately with that. But I mean, I still have a real soft spot for it. I mean, what would you prefer? The Golden Globes? The Golden Globes may just be a weird popularity contest, but at least they actually separate comedy and musicals from dramas to try to give more performers and more movies more room to breathe. Okay, so let's pull back and let's work this like the Emmys. Let's talk about categories. I don't know, should we just jump into reality first? I mean, we're certainly not talking about reality generally because we're not a Real Housewives, family. If I want to go watch people get, drunk and attack each other, I don't know, go to some neighborhood bar, I guess, or wherever one goes for that kind of thing. True, we don't really watch that kind of reality show. But reality competition, obviously, winner, RuPaul's Drag Race. All Stars are regular. I mean, is there any question? I still think Top Chef is great. I thought we were going with Making It with Amy Poehler and Nick Offerman. Oh, yeah, Making It. It's like a warm, funny hug with good friends. Okay, focus. Let's dial it back to Drag Race. This is the year that gave us Miss Vanjie. Plus, the end of the year right now has already brought us a very strong start to All Stars 4. I mean, it's not like we really cover shows we don't like, so haven't we already kind of told people what our top 10 is over the course of the last couple months? It's true. If we think back, if we were talking about, say, like Best Animated Show, I guess it would be a battle between Big Mouth and Hilda. Well, do we put Big Mouth in comedy then, because it's more comedy to us than it is animated? What? Right. Okay, well then let's talk about comedy. Well, I think we can all agree one of the best shows on TV is The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel seasons 1 or 2. 2 is this year and it's great, and it's like a well-choreographed comedy machine, and it's heartfelt, and it's just totally great and worth your time, and you should watch it. We started Scots United after Barry came out, and Barry was a great show. Bill Hader is one of those comedians that makes it look easy, but what he's doing actually isn't easy, it's actually hard. And it is also one of those shows that kind of straddles the line between comedy and drama. Well, that's like another one of our favorite shows from this year, Glow. I think Glow is still rooted more in being a comedy, but I admit it's more like just good and fun and interesting and has great characters, but it doesn't really have jokes. So it's true, it's a little more in the middle, but great. There are certainly jokes in Barry, but there's a lot of dark moments too. I actually find those shows generally interesting that kind of can balance both.
Seems like we're talking about an awful lot of hybrid shows, like Best philosophical comedy would be The Good Place.
Oh, I love The Good Place. It's like one of the most subtly brilliant, layered, laugh out loud, touching, just brilliant shows. Obviously.
If you didn't see the most recent episode, Janet, where Darcy Carden essentially is playing herself, her own character, and the 4 main characters, Emmy committee, are you paying attention?
Some people say it should be half-hour shows and hour-long shows. Like Homecoming on Amazon with Julia Roberts was great, but it was a half-hour drama, which you never see. So should that compete with other dramas, or should it compete with other half-hour shows? But then it would be fighting over, comedies which are only half hours, which are seen often to be slight and lesser than dramas. I don't know. I kind of found myself in a corn maze there. How about miniseries? That's certainly a different category in the Emmys. We could talk about Sharp Objects. you know, we live and die at the shrine of Amy Adams, as always, as we should, and as we still should, because Sharp Objects, which is, you know, beautifully directed and shot and acted, Eliza Scanlen's going to be a big star. Patricia Clarkson, you know, Chris Messina. Oh, gosh, I mean, you can't go wrong.
Well, does that mean we need to do like best TV movie as well? I mean, what are we talking about here? Bird Box, Roma?
Now, those are Netflix movies, so some of them are still screened in some theaters. They're still considered movies and not television movies, even though most of the stuff played on Netflix is considered television.
This whole Netflix thing, bridging the divide, is just throwing me.
You know, we haven't settled in anything so far. We haven't ranked anything at all. Are we still talking about...
What makes a limited series a limited series? Like, Maniac was incredible. We can all agree about that. So where does that fall? Because that was like 10 episodes, but it's only going to be a one-season show. So is that a regular show, or what do we call that? I don't even know. But, I mean, we can't talk about Best Of without mentioning Maniac and Emma Stone and Jonah Hill and the whole cast, because that show was incredible. I mean, Sally Field, people. Sally Field.
I don't know if we need to put it on a number here. Is it 5? Is it 2? I don't know what it is. Now, I know if we wanted to invent a category for the show we're going to miss the most, there will be no debate. Well, I mean, The Americans. The Americans.
The Americans.
So that's our show for this week. Was it a top 10 list? Not really. Did it highlight some of the best stuff TV-wise that was available to you this year that is probably still available to you on demand or on Netflix or any other streaming platform? Yes. Shout out to John Oliver's Last Week Tonight, to Sarah Silverman's I Love America, to Samantha Bee's Full Frontal. Also great shows. There are so many great shows out there, so keep tuning in to Scots United. We will bring you new stuff as it comes out, and join us again in the new year for more on movies, television, and pop culture. We won't be getting into our top movie picks quite yet until we're a little closer to the Oscars themselves, the big shebang, the big finale to award season, but we'll be back with some great new content, and we hope to see you then.